rootstock came up actually the most prepared wine from 2019. So yeah, I think it's good. It has been good in this rootstock trial to have some different rootstocks that people weren't sort of that familiar with, just to see how they may go. So not sure if it was perhaps in a different location, whether it could be quite different down here, or maybe not as calcareous soils could be different. But yeah.
Maybe deeper soils also, getting the roots deeper and into the mid-row. Like if you said no, Borner's the go because it tastes great. Deeper soils, getting the roots into the mid-row more, maybe closer spacing, closer planting.
Yeah, there's a thing on the Guys and Home website where you can pull up the information on Borner. There's a whole PowerPoint that Joe Smith's put together on the positives and the negatives and why they're trying to breed better ones.
Yeah, I think they're trying to breed more that are suitable for calcareous soils, aren't they? Yeah.
I think other thing here that's a little bit interesting is, so roots are limited by this calcrete here, but as we go along and this clay, the calcrete drops down and this clay pops up, there's not a heap of roots down here still, and so it's either it's limited one way or the other, to that sort of 30-40 centimetres. So yeah, lots of horizontal roots again.
The interesting thing with the wine trial was one of the things we were wondering if we would see is that the lowest yielding and the lowest vigor ended up being the densest wines, but perhaps not economically viable because of the yields. And Borner was unusual because it was the most densest wine, the least pyrazine, and it had a reasonable yield. 19 looked lower than the wine, but in 19 it was 7 or 8 tons a hectare, so it was a good yield, which was that was a bit of a surprise.
Is berry size naturally a bit smaller?
Yeah, I think we're probably smaller everywhere, smaller berries, smaller number of berries per bunch, smaller bunch size.
Okay.
So yeah, potential, things like a pretty good rootstock, just in the right spot and with the right management, it could be.
Yeah. I think vine spacing is really something to explore a whole heap, in whether it's Tassie or McLaren Vale or wherever. It's okay, whether it's Borner or whatever. What's the best match today in terms of vine spacing? Root volume, total available water, but what's the best match in 10, 20 years to come as well? So we just plant the same,
Yeah, that's great. We've changed from 2 to 1.5 to Cabernet.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of vineyards in Coonawarra that have 8 vines per panel.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting to look at them, especially this year. They tend to be a lot denser canopy though, because they're all competing, and so you get this really, you're got a short wood on like this, but you've got a lot of growth in it.
Yeah.
They're competing each other, so it doesn't look like that. It's very pushed together.
Yeah. And so we just got to match that to soil type as well. So,